what does walking out your calling look like? You know what? We find the answer in Ephesians chapter 4, verses 1 through 3. Today's word of life. Therefore I, the prisoner for serving the Lord, beg you to lead a life worthy of your calling. For you have been called by God. Always be humble and gentle. Be patient with each other, making allowance for each other's faults because of your love. Make every effort to keep yourselves united in the Spirit, binding yourselves together with peace. That's what walking out your calling looks like. That's what being a part of the body of Christ looks like. So I just wanted to remind you today that not every situation, not every circumstance deserves a hard response or a quick reaction. Yeah, lead with love today. Sometimes, you know what? Love, well, it makes a way, even in some of the toughest situations. So resolve within yourself today that you're going to tackle this day with those characteristics: being humble and gentle, being patient, making allowance for others' faults. Yeah. And remember to have an extra generous portion of peace today. It's one of those things that you have to choose. So choose it today. It'll show people that you're different. It'll make people wonder, what's up with them? If that were me, I would have flown off the handle, but they didn't do that. How did they handle that with such grace? It's a beautiful thing when you follow these instructions, because your life is marked as different. So live different today. Live intentionally. Live on purpose.
Just bombed the job interview. I knew the question was coming. They always ask it. What's your biggest weakness? I blacked out. Brain went numb. Didn't say, delegation. Have a problem delegating because I want to make sure that it gets done right. Nothing like that, nothing standard. Know what I said? Oreos. I said Oreos were my biggest weakness. I was like, I'll eat them until the milk's gone. However much milk's in my cup, I'll eat Oreos. Could be 2, could be 12. Your boy's still looking for a job.
Extreme honesty. I love it.
You know, you become what you repeatedly do. Every time you quit, avoid, run away, every time you give up on yourself, you're reinforcing the pattern. But every time you stay steady through something hard, you reinforce that too. Your habits are shaping a person.
So have you been doing any spring cleaning? Because, well, it is still spring, by the way. When is the first day of summer this year anyway? I was doing a quick Google search on that. So Sunday, June 21st. So we're coming up on it. It's still technically spring, so you can still spring clean. In fact, that's what Wheezy has been doing, except her cleaning has been relegated to the refrigerator. And she told me she's found some very questionable things in there. She's found a few science experiments. I love how we can talk about the real stuff. Yes, there are science experiments in that refrigerator all the time. How about those strawberries that are growing mold? Ooh, what color is the mold? Anyway, it happens. Just a little elbow grease. And I don't know, what do you use in your fridge to clean it with? You don't want to use anything harsh, right? Like maybe just some soapy, wet rag. Yeah, get in there and clean it up and get some paper towels and dry it up and you're good to go. I know. It's one of those things. It's like, how is that caked on there so bad? It's like, how does this happen? You know what I mean? Anyway, it's amazing what you can do with a little YouTube and some, just some determination. Because, I mean, yeah, you could get somebody to come and do it, and it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. Or you can learn to do it yourself, and then not only do you get the problem solved, but you've learned how to take care of that problem even for somebody else. So that's how I look at it. So yes, I do spend some time on the University of YouTube from time to time to figure out how to do this and that, and it works well for me. In fact, it was just recently, my mother-in-law reached out and said, Steven, you have any experience like replacing a ceiling fan? And I said, no, can't say that I've ever done that before, but I'll be glad to give it a try. You know, I'm always up for it. And she's like, well, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff involved. I mean, you know, there's electricity and all that. And I asked her, I said, so what's going on with your fan? She said, well, I can't get it to turn on. And it's one of those like, not like state-of-the-art fans, but like one of those with the remote control. It's kind of state-of-the-art for me. So you got to turn the light switch on to get the power flowing, but then you got to use the remote control to turn on the fan. And of course, she did all the obvious things. She changed out the batteries and the remote control and all that. And I said, well, tell you what, why don't you let me take a look at it when I come over today? Because I was going to pick up Grace that day. And she was staying with Nana. So I got over there and we talked a little bit, and I almost forgot to go and check it out. I said, hey, let me go check out the fan. She's like, oh, don't worry about it. I think I'm just going to get somebody to replace it. I'm like, no, just let me take a look. She said, okay, you can if you want to. So I go back there and I turn on the switch and I grab the remote control and I press the button and instantly, boom, it starts working. I did nothing out of the ordinary. I just showed up. I just touched the remote control. I pressed the button and it started working. And she was so happy. And ever since then, there are things that she asks me to do around the house that she just cannot figure out. And when I get it done, she's like, see, again, you've like got the touch or something, Steven. It's pretty cool. It really is. Just making yourself available, just giving it your best. You never know. It might actually work out. And so I wonder if maybe you're right there with me. Are you a fixer? Yeah? Well, here, take a listen to what Leslie Means has to say about those fixers. And this is not just for the fixers, but everybody who has a fixer in your life.
Here's to the fixers. Washing machine making a weird noise? They'll figure it out. No one volunteered for that thing at church? They'll raise their hand. You're stuck on something at work? They'll help you through it. The kids have a math question, they've got the answer. Someone wants to tweak their basketball shot, they've got a tip for that. Fixers build things from nothing but a YouTube video and grit. Garden boxes, house repairs, desks with a million pieces and parts. But it's more than just the projects. Fixers show up for people when no one else does. They fix things because they are steady, thoughtful, patient. Fixers really care. They show up for their family, their friends, their coworkers. They love people so well. They are the calm in the chaos, the steady in our full and beautiful mess. And every time life hands us something uncertain, broken, or overwhelming, we breathe a little easier because somehow we know with our fixer, we'll figure it out together.
I love that. So yes, if you got a fixer in your life, it's a good thing, isn't it? If you are the fixer, I mean, being on that side of it, being able to help somebody else out and just seeing the smile on their face and they're like, wow, you just like really helped me a lot. It's a really cool place to be. I'm just saying. So for all you fixers out there, good job. And for all you who have a fixer in your life, make sure to give them a little pat on the back from time to time. They could use the encouragement. Okay? All right, I know, because I'm a fixer. How's your summer coming along so far? Has it been busy? Has it been kind of boring? Have you been hearing that word from your kids? Mom, I'm bored. Then you give them chores to do, and it's like, okay, I'm not bored anymore. Yeah, I know, right? Well, hey, maybe you've already got some stuff going on with sports. Maybe there are some camps that are happening. I know my daughter has that this week. She's doing like this volleyball camp, and she's really looking forward to it. And so she has been growing lately. It's just like she won't stop. And so her shoes, she has a pair of Converse. That's basically the only tennis shoes she's had for a little while because her foot just keeps growing. I was hoping she wouldn't be blessed with my feet because you see I wear a size 14. And yes, she's already got feet bigger than her mama's. So anyway, found out that Nana actually had some shoes that might fit her, some that she's not wearing anymore. So what did we do when we were at Nana's house? Yeah, they went in and they raided Nana's closet. They looked and they found some shoes. So she's got a couple pair of New Balances. So she's going to be wearing a pair of those today. And I had to stop yesterday and get some knee pads. She needed some new knee pads for volleyball. So I grabbed those as well. Now she's set. She's good to go for today. She's going to go today, tomorrow, and Thursday for this volleyball camp. She's really excited about it. She loves playing volleyball. In fact, back 2-3 years ago, they had this this whole season. It was just like a development class for volleyball at Arab. And so she loved doing that. Before that, she was actually playing over in Fairview because that's where Cassie teaches. And she was able to play on the Fairview League teams. And she did great. Loved going and playing in different schools. And so she really loves that. She loves soccer. So anyway, not able to play at Fairview anymore, but hopefully she'll be able to play at Arab. And I hear that 6th graders don't really get to play on the team. They kind of have to be a part of the team for a year before you come up and you're on the team. So we'll see what happens with that. But you ever happen upon a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity with your kid? Yeah? What exactly do I mean? Well, here. This made me smile, and I think it'll make you smile as well. So here, take a listen to this and see what you think.
Hey, friend. Well, listen, this morning I got up and I put on my little outfit, and I was excited because it's hot today, and I had on some linen pants and a tank top. I was going to be cool. And my daughter came in, and she had just gotten herself a brand new outfit at Lululemon. And it was an orange shirt and an orange pair of shorts. She said, "Mom, can we please match?" And I said, "Oh, babe, I don't want to wear orange. I don't even know if I have orange." You know what she said? She said, "Mom, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity." Guess what? We found me some orange, didn't we? We sure did. So this is what I learned this morning in my closet. Don't miss those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. Don't miss them. They're everywhere. They are everywhere when we're looking for them. Make it great.
I love it. They're everywhere when we're looking for them. So there's once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. I mean, you think about that. It's like you and your kid matching. We're in the same color. It seems like it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it can be that big of a deal. In fact, you know what? Just spending some extra time with your little one, even if they're not so little anymore, that can be a big deal too. So I'm learning that, and I'm trying not to miss those moments as my daughter gets older. She's 11 now. She's about to go into 6th grade. She's growing up. It's crazy to think about. It's like you think of your kid as always being your baby, and you think they're supposed to stay small, but they just simply don't do it, right? And you can't stop them from growing, so you make the most of it. I mean, it doesn't come with an instruction manual. It's not like you know exactly what to do. You kind of learn as you go as a parent. And yes, we make mistakes, but you know what? There are some beautiful things along the way, some milestones that you hit, some big victories that you have. And you know what? Love makes a way. It really does. Pushes through those mistakes, helps you to keep moving forward, and it helps you to be that parent that you know you're called to be. It's a pretty big deal. So mom, dad, keep up the good work and look for those moments, those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities with your kids as well. Let's make some memories this summer. Yeah. I wonder if you play this game as well. It involves a tower, but it's not Jenga. No, it's not Jenga at all. This is a very tasty tower. Stick around. I'll tell you a little bit more about what Wheezy's been up to lately, and we'll have a little fun with it. Okay, let's talk a little bit about what Wheezy's been up to, because you see, she's been cleaning out the fridge today. She's got to go grocery shopping tomorrow, so she's like, okay, let's just get it ready. And what she's finding in the fridge is rather concerning. I love that she has been texting me this morning. I've got a picture here, and oh my, You know those little containers that you get with all the sauces and the salad dressings and all the things, the dips and all that you get from the takeout place? Yeah, well, if you're anything like me, you play a little game. You see how many you can stack on top of each other before they start falling. And sometimes you kind of set yourself up for failure because they are right beside the milk jug. You pull that milk out and it bumps it, and it's like this stuff goes everywhere. But Wheezy is having none of it. She's got them all laid out on the counter right now. I'm taking a look at them. She said, please tell me we aren't the only ones that collect the solo cups of sauces and dressings that follow us home with takeout. Anyone want to be a taste tester? Volunteers? No, thank you. No. See, the thing about the sauces is they stay in there for a really long time. And they might look okay, but should you really eat it? You know what I mean? Because, there are all kinds of sausage. You might have some tartar sauce in there. Maybe a little Thousand Island dressing in one of those cups. A little honey mustard goes a long way. Or, you know what? It could be that ginger dressing that goes on top of the salad from the Japanese place. Yeah. So, you know what we did with that kind of stuff when I was a kid? I'll never forget this. Initiation band camp. They took all the sauces and they poured them on us as we stood there at attention, couldn't move, all the stinky stuff. It itched. You were drowning in sauces. It was crazy. Mustards and ketchups, mayonnaise and all the pickle juice. It was gross. So no taste testing required. It's okay, Wheezy. You can just take those and just chunk them. And just restart the collection, you know? Yeah, it's always fun. Thank you so much for being such a good sport with that. I really enjoy it. So yes, tasty towers in the fridge. Mm-hmm. I really do love hanging out with you. And yes, I know sometimes we have too much fun, but I'm here for it. I could use a good laugh from time to time too. So thank you. Thank you for laughing with me.
This is Pastor Larry Walls with your Drive Time Devotion. In 1931, Ted and Dorothy Husted decided to move to a town that had 4 basic things: a good school for the kids, a good Catholic church, a good doctor, and a good opportunity to succeed. They wanted to open up their own pharmacy and eventually chose a place called Wall, South Dakota, as the perfect location. To the other people, Wall, South Dakota seemed to be just the middle of the nowhere, somewhere between the Black Hills and the Badlands. Well, the first year that the couple was, to say the least, a tough one. Thick dust every single day, intense heat, and strong winds that made both even worse. In the process of folks coming through Wall, South Dakota to find a place to settle down, the tired, throat-parched travelers rarely stopped in the small town. Then Ted and Dorothy came up with a brilliant idea. They made a sign for both ends of town that read, "Free ice water at the Wall drugstore. Stop in today for yours." Well, the sign became something of a novelty, and soon they placed the sign all over the place. Even farther out of town from Wall, they eventually had them placed as far, believe it or not, as Europe, India, Korea, and even at the North Pole. Druggists from everywhere made up their own free ice water signs and made it available, but it was Wall, South Dakota that some 4,000 to 6,000 customers began to stop into Wall Drugstore for their free ice water. When you take a step toward your dream, you open yourselves up to create ideas and solutions. Taking that big step can give you hope and optimism, which are both essential elements for being creative. Mark 9:23 says, "Everything is possible for him who believes." You see, the size of your success is determined by the size of your belief. So dream big, step big, and do those big things. Pray with me. God, help us to always make the best of what we have and to share it with others and to make it even better. Fill us with the joy and peace that we look for in spending time with other people. For it's in the name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Walking worthy. Today's word of life is talking about us walking in a way that's fitting for our calling, right? And it's talking about the different attributes we should have, how we should treat each other. And you know what? Living your faith out loud, especially in a world like ours, it takes a lot of guts. It really does. In fact, it even takes a lot of guts in the Christian music industry. came across a little something, and I wanted to share it with you. It's from Ann Wilson. So, I just want to read this to you because it really floored me. Ann Wilson believes following Jesus can come with a cost, and she's willing to pay it. The Grammy-nominated Christian country singer opens up in her new book, Rebel, Following Jesus When the World Walks the Other Way, about navigating criticism, industry pressure, and fears of rejection while refusing to soften her message about faith. She believes being outspoken about Christianity has cost her professional opportunities along the way, despite her successful rise in Nashville. Yeah, she's quoted as saying, "I've missed a lot of opportunities for speaking about my faith. I think it's definitely come at a cost, but I'm the kind of person that I'm very bold in the things I believe in. When I stand for something, I'm going to stand for it, knowing the cost." There were moments early on when even my manager and team would be like, "Ann, do you know what you're doing by saying this? Or do you know what could happen if you speak about this?" And I would always say, "Yeah, I do, but I want to do it anyway." That conviction, wow. Living your faith out loud. So she's got this book out called Rebel, and she had a little something to say about writing this book, and so I thought maybe you should hear it. So take a listen to this.
What made right now the time to write this book, Rebel, was just the culture that we're living in today and the world that we're living in. When I was writing my album, Rebel, a couple years ago, I realized that there was so much more for me to say than just what I was putting on that record of songs. And it felt like, especially with my generation, there was just this time and place to really speak up about this, of what it means to be a person of faith and to stand firm for what you believe in. And it just felt like everything was pointing to this direction of writing this book and then eventually, finishing it up and getting ready to put it out. I think it's the perfect time to put something like this out, to reach my generation and to just continue to remind people the importance of being bold in their faith.
One final quote before we get back to the music. She said, "There's definitely been moments when I'm looked at a certain way. Shows I'm playing at a country festival where I'm literally preaching Jesus and the gospel, and people look at me like I'm crazy. But I know my calling, and it's to take Jesus to the world. I believe it with every fiber of my being that that's what I'm supposed to do." Wow. What do you think about that? That's living it out loud. That's walking worthy of your calling. I'd say she was strong. Here's Ann Wilson with that song, Strong. Hey, thanks for being here on the podcast. I thought now would be the perfect time to remind you that today's show is brought to you from a live radio show. So I might pitch to music, but I can't play it on the podcast itself. But don't worry, I've come up with some ways for you to still enjoy the music. So that song, Strong by Ann Wilson, you can find it in two ways. First, in the description today, you're going to find a Spotify music playlist, okay? That's part of that playlist. Or underneath that, you'll find a separate song list. You can find that specific link and go and enjoy it for yourself. Yeah, so just wanted to make sure you knew that you could still get a hold of that music. And hey, because it is a live radio show, I would love for you to come and hang out live sometime. Yeah, I'm on from 6 to 10, Monday through Friday, Central Time. And to listen, just go to 885jfm.com, click the On Now button, and press play. It's really that easy. And I'd love to hear from you, too. I'm always given the cue to call and text and email. So please join me live sometime and interact. I'd love to learn more about you, okay? All right, let's get back to it. I love when you can strip it back, get all the complexity out of it, and just be simply a voice and maybe a piano. And just simple, intimate worship. A song that just, it touches you. And there's something about the older songs that really does that. I keep coming across this guy's stuff. His name is Bishop Dan Willis. He's from up in Chicago. And every now and then, he'll kind of put his phone up and he'll record a little something from his office. He's got a piano in there. And he'll share some of the older songs that he grew up with. And this particular song hit me in just the right way. And I just wanted to play it for you, if that's okay. Now, this is not a song you'll hear here on the radio very often at all. You've probably never heard it here before. But it might be a song that you've heard at church. It is beautiful, it is simple, and it is so moving. Here, take a listen to this. I'll let you experience what it's like to come across his stuff over on TikTok.
Hey, best friend, I hope you're having a wonderful Italiano day. I don't know why I said that, but I think it's because, I know this is like an Italian song, but they put, it's like an opera or something. I'm sure you'll let me know. But they put gospel words to it, and I love it. It's called Oh, How I Love Him, How I Adore Him. I love you, best friend. Oh, how I love him. Have a great day.
That's Bishop Dan Willis over on TikTok. Oh, I love that song. That song I just shared with you from Dan Willis, he said in the front, he believed it was Italian and that you would probably let him know what song it was. And Fran is amazing. She reached out to me on text and said, beautiful, love it, O Sole Mio. That's exactly the song that it was. Oh, Fran, that is awesome. I went and checked it out. Pavarotti even sang that song. Different words, but my goodness, I love what they did with that song. So thank you, Fran. And by the way, I want to go ahead and give you a very special happy birthday. I know it's coming up on Thursday. So, hey, it's a big deal. So we're celebrating you. And yeah, I hope you feel all the love. All right, more great music headed your way. Jeremy Camp, No Survivors, right here, right now on the Lifeline Morning Show.
As my sweet, sweet, sweet children say, I am going to crash out if I get one more spam call.
Yeah, my wife just yesterday was talking about the calls that she was getting. Text messages, calls. You know what it was about? Yeah, it was about this election stuff happening today. Finally, here we are. It's election day. I know today is supposed to be that day for primary runoff elections. So I don't know if you're planning on going to the polls, but hopefully all the calling and the texting from these people will stop. Because it was like relentless yesterday. It's crazy. Oh, by the way, I don't know what has happened with my phone number, but I get spam calls all the time. I mean, I'm talking probably 8 to 10 a day. And usually it's for some kind of senior care. It's like, I'm 43 years old. I'm not quite a senior yet, but I still get these like Medicare calls and all this stuff. So my wife told me a little bit about something on my iPhone. So I was able to actually screen the calls. So I let it do that. And I know that's frustrating for some people because when you have like a robotic voice come on and say, please state your name and why you're calling, and I'll see if so-and-so is available to talk with you. I know it's off-putting sometimes, but that is the one thing that is helping us to keep our sanity, because if I had to answer this phone every time I got a phone call from an unknown number, and I'm really weird about that because I realize my job here at the station, I reach out to the community, and so I don't have a lot of phone numbers saved here. If somebody wants to partner with the station, I get it, but when I'm answering these phone calls, and every time it's a robo voice on the other end calling me about senior benefits, it's like, really? So to protect my peace, my iPhone actually screens my calls now. So if you run into somebody who's doing that, please give them a little grace because they probably are in the same boat I'm in, tired of getting all the robocalls, and you might be too. There is a feature within your iPhone. You can check it out. Go to YouTube, and it will show you how to turn that on your phone. So it will screen those calls before they come your way. It already does a pretty good job with saying potential spam, but it doesn't catch that all the time. So taking it to the next level with screening the calls might be best for you. I'm just saying. But anyway, voting day, and yes, no more spam calls. Please. Here's Jamie McDonald with Ain't No Way. That's right, Reverend Larry Walls right there. What's going on, sir?
So you got my phone set up as spam and text, right?
No, not at all. The Washboard Chronicles. I'm loving this channel over on TikTok. He tells some amazing stories. I came across one that I thought you needed to hear, so see what you think of this.
Thinking about friends and Dad's advice, I was asking him a few things about things and reminding him of things he had told us. He said, yeah, we just can't tell you when you're young, can we? I said, no, sir, I suppose not. But we both agree that usually the wisest man, the smartest man in the room is the one that's a little quieter, doesn't get riled up. He's even-keeled, soft-tempered, and quiet. It reminded me of a little story of a businessman went into a barber shop. I sat down in the chair, and him and the barber struck up a pretty good little conversation and joking back and forth. And the barber said, I tell you what, you see that kid out front there on the sidewalk? He said, yes, sir. So let me show you something. That has got to be the most ignorant child I've ever met in my life. And the barber just talking. Well, the businessman, that kind of disturbed him. He said, well, now, why would you say that about that child? He said, watch, I'll show you. So he motioned to the kid to come in. He was standing there looking in. The little boy walked in the shop, and the barber went over to his register and pulled out 2 quarters and a $1 bill. And he presented them to the kid. He said, "Son, which one would you like today? 2 quarters or this dollar bill?" The kid immediately grabbed the 2 quarters with a big smile and ran out of the shop. The barber looked at the businessman. "See, I told you. He just doesn't have any sense. Doesn't understand." Well, that kind of disturbed the businessman, but he paid the barber and walked out on the street. He'd only gone about a block when he saw the kid coming out of an ice cream shop with a big old ice cream cone. He said, "Son, can I ask you a question?" He said, "Yes, sir," as he's licking his ice cream. He said, "Why is it that you pick the 50 cents over the dollar when you're asked?" He took a big old lick of his ice cream and smiled. He said, "Well, if I pick the dollar, the game's over." So maybe that kid was smarter than that barber thought, right? Because he's getting his ice cream every time. So that's how it goes, right? Sometimes we're best just to sit in the corner and observe and listen.
You can choose to be aggressive, or you can choose to be kind. I found myself in that dilemma just the other day. I was at the Dollar General. Had to go in there and pick up a couple things, and here I am. I got my stuff. Come up to the front counter, and there's this couple in front of me, and they're trying to buy something. I think it's like $4 and change, $8 and change. I'm not sure. It wasn't huge, but they were trying to use this card, and for some reason they didn't know the PIN number. I guess it was a family member's or something. So then they had to get on the phone and call somebody to see if they knew the PIN number. And no luck. And then the guy out in the car who was with them, he knows the number. So one of them goes out there and tries to get the number from, comes inside and says the number out loud. I'm like, you do realize that's the PIN to your debit card, right? I wouldn't be saying that out loud. Anyway, they tried again. Nope, rejected. Didn't take the PIN number. I stood there for probably a good 10 minutes. Yeah, just waiting. Tried to keep, any frustration off of my face. I'm like, this kind of stuff happens. It does. And I could be a butt about this, or I could just be kind and just, and they were very apologetic. So sorry about this, y'all. Because it wasn't just me in line. It was like 2 or 3 more people behind me. And yes, we had places to go, but this was happening. And so we could have made it worse by our opinions and speaking out. Come on, guys, hurry up. We could have done that, but we chose not to. So you have that choice every day. You sure do. Whether to be aggressive and mean, or whether to be gentle and kind. I wonder if you've ever found yourself in a situation like this before.
I saw a guy at a gas station line do something that I think 99% of people probably would never do. There was a line of people, and there was a kid behind the counter you could tell was pretty new. He was still trying to find his way around the register, trying to find the right buttons, and the guy in front of me was trying to buy something, and this kid was just taking a little while. You could tell the kid was flustered, and this guy finally says, "Hey man, take a deep breath. It's okay. It's going to be all right. You're going to learn that register. Just slow down. You're going to be fine." The kid took a deep breath, and he actually said to the guy, "Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you." The guy bought whatever he was buying, and he kind of walked on his way, and when I walked up, you could see this kid just looked a little bit more relaxed. I just thought that was super cool, man, of the guy in front of me, just giving this kid some space and letting him know it's going to be okay, and just encouraged him. I think all of us could use a lot more of people like that in this world.
Encouragement goes a long way. So, why not encourage people today? Let's put this word of life into practice. And to close the show out, I think I want to read that to you before I bid you adieu. Ephesians 4, verses 1 through 3. Therefore I, a prisoner for serving the Lord, beg you to lead a life worthy of your calling, for you have been called by God. Always be humble and gentle. Be patient with each other, making allowance for each other's faults because of your love. Make every effort to keep yourselves united in the Spirit, binding yourselves together with peace. Now let's live that out today and watch the world change around us. I've so loved hanging out with you this morning. Thank you for being here. Now you can catch today's show in podcast form across 5 platforms today at noon: Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and YouTube podcast. Also look in the description because There'll be a lot of stuff waiting on you there, like a Spotify poll. I'd love to have your answer to that question, by the way. Also, you'll find a Spotify music playlist, a separate song list, a link to the family edition of the show, which is the expanded version. It has a lot more of the behind the scenes, the family stuff that the focused version doesn't have. Again, comes out today at noon. Just type in Lifeline Morning Show podcast across those 5 platforms and you'll find it right there. I will see you back here tomorrow from 6 to 10 for another Lifeline Morning Show. Have a wonderful day.